mbayemo nta kintu gutya mbona ntacyo mbasha kwikorera no guterura ntacyo naterura.
We should always like the unknown. Ironically, we have to familiarize ourselves with the uncertainty of life. Life can change in any minute of the day, but God can turn anything around in a speck of a moment. We should know for a fact that everything changes, but nothing stays the same.
Nitwa Sibomana Aloys mu buzima bwanjye busanzwe namwe navukanye ubumuga.
Aloys was born in 1974 and was born with some mental illness, and says growing up he knew how to control these mental disorders, but matters became worse when his bones started curving themselves and breaking like glasses. This affected him so much that he can no longer manage to do anything.
Mbayemo nta kintu gutya mbona ntacyo mbasha kwikorera no guterura ntacyo naterura.
At first, he was strong and could do every possible activity that would help in earning money. But then his body went on becoming weak and weaker, that he had to stop lifting and doing any job that required a lot of energy. To him, he keeps on getting worse day to day, and he says for him to survive, it's by God's grace. Before all this happened, he could provide for the wife and his children. But now things changed. He is failing to provide. But at least he was fortunate enough that some well-wishers have been supporting him. Like this house where he lives. It was built without any of his contribution, plus the cow he has. Aloys has a big problem where his bones are always coming outside of the body. His head is not that strong that if you touch near the brain, that part aches, and whenever he sneezes, instead of mucus coming out, pus or blood comes out. He's worried about his health condition and thinks he's living one of his last days due to the way his body has changed in recent years. To him, these are not tears coming from the eyes, but pus. Even seeing is a problem. He has to make sure he takes medicine daily for him to see. If not, he can lose his sight. This 47-year-old says he feels unimaginable and unbearable pain in his whole body. And sometimes he feels like there's some ant scratching and disturbing in the head. The head is so soft that if he shaves the hair and the sun hits the head, he can even run mad. He went to the hospital and was examined. Doctors confirmed that all his body changes are due to the fact that he was born with cancer. At first, he had wounds on his whole face. Later, the wounds ran dry. He went on passing and having unexpected and unusual body signs that made him afraid. He went to the hospitals, given some medicine, but his body requires daily medical treatment. Time came and he ran out of budget. He even has an appointment with the doctor, but since there's no money left, he won't go there.
Yewe uko niyumva uburwayi bwo bungeze kure. Ukuntu uburwayi bungeze kure kugeza n'ubu nta gahina kanzinya numva naba mfite ntari kuribwa. Igihe cyose nje gutya mumbona mpora nibazo byo kuribwa n'umubiri.
He says he doesn't know himself without feeling pain, and to him he's losing hope. He lost confidence and thinks maybe it's just a matter of time until he loses his breath. because doctors told this man that cancer is incurable. Due to this condition, he's afraid of going everywhere far from home. He fears that he might fall and then get seriously injured or even die. Whenever he falls, he loses a bone. And that's the reason he stopped walking at night, because in this village there are no street lights, and if he goes out at night, he stumbles and falls, then loses some of his bones.
Aya maguru yararambutse neza rwose nta kibazo yari afite. Ariko kugenda acikamo dore ubu hano gutyo uri kureba aka ni agace n'aka ni akanda.
One of the conditions the man has is osteogenesis imperfecta. This is caused by defective genes. These genes affect how the body makes collagen, a protein that helps in strengthening bones. The condition can be mild, with only a few fractures during a person's lifetime. In more severe cases, it can involve hundreds of fractures that occur without any apparent cause. Treatments include bone strengthening medication, physiotherapy, and orthopedic surgery. Surprisingly, this man looks exactly like the man we met a few years ago who had the same bone-breaking condition. We are wondering if this is a coincidence. They look alike and they even have same health conditions.
Afrimax.
But for Damascene and his wife, despite having and passing through a lot, they are always happy. They always have a smile on their faces. Since suffering all the above-mentioned diseases, Alois is now worried. He's seeing no future of his family and says only God can make something happen. He's more worried of his children and the wife who depended on him, but now he's no longer providing as he was supposed to. The man needs support. He has to visit hospitals daily. He has to raise the family. He has to provide all children's basic needs and many more. Due to these health problems, the man can no longer work because the whole body is weak. We can lend a hand and support this 47-year-old man. To support him, you can donate via a GoFundMe campaign's link found in description and pinned in top comments. This too shall pass is a Persian adage, translated and used in multiple languages. It reflects on the temporary nature or ephemerality of the human condition. Nothing or good lasts forever. A current situation, no matter how wonderful or horrible it is, it will not last forever. This is the reason why we should never lose hope. If you lose hope, somehow you lose the vitality that keeps moving. You lose that courage and that quality that helps you go in spite of it all. The importance of hope cannot be stressed enough. When you're hopeful that the future will be better, you are willing to do everything it takes to make it happen. However, when you've already lost hope, it's very likely that nothing will ever change about your situation. Expect trouble as an inevitable part of life. And when it comes, hold your head high, look it squarely in the eye and say, I'll be bigger than you. You cannot defeat me. Then repeat to yourself the most comforting of all words, this too shall pass. Thank you for watching. I'm Elijah and this is Afrimax English. Remember to subscribe.